Hello, guys. Welcome to the Intimate Room. My name is Victor Silas.
And this is your girl, Janine Latrice.
Oh, wow. It just, two of us today, but the show must go on.
Absolutely.
Yep, full circle. But this is how we started.
We did. Just a different location.
Yeah. Before we go on, I want to ask this question, and also before I ask that question, I want to encourage you all to, if you've missed the previous episode of the show, just please go back and listen to it. Please like, share, and comment and recommend it with your family and friends because sometimes we give a lot of unfiltered opinion in this show, right?
Yep. Keyword. Unfiltered opinions.
Unfiltered. And again, we also want to start throwing some disclaimer in there. Everything we say is just only on our perspectives,
Yep.
Put on some filter. Put some filters. If you like it, if it's good for you. If not, you know, you can skip to the next one.
Yep.
But all right. So now back to the question that I wanted to ask. Yeah, because recently I just literally just posted on my social media. I was like, okay, what is your calling? Before we get into the show today, what's your calling?
What is my calling?
Yes.
Wow, Victor. Wow. My true calling? I believe I'm here to help others.
Oh.
I really do. I don't know in what form. I mean, because I help people in different ways. So, but I think in some type of giving capacity, whether it be mentally, physically, financially, spiritually, I think I've been put in a place to be able to do all of those things at any given time. So, I just go with it. I don't overthink it. I don't think too much about it. I just go with it. Whatever God leads me to do, that's what I do.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, I think I was just reflecting on that. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, oh, what is my calling? I know I've talked about this many times, and it's like, oh, my calling. Then it's just like, oh, my calling is to inspire people.
Mm-hmm.
To like you said, I don't want to. When I posted it, a lot of people said my calling is to serve. My calling is to help people.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think my calling is more of helping people actualize their purpose.
Leveling up. He helps people level up. That's what he's saying.
No, because I was just like, okay, because even when we look at this show, the origin of this podcast, that was the reason why.
Yeah, but yes, it was. That was the beginning reason. But then we talked about it because you inspired me from early on.
Oh,
and
really?
we had that conversation. I don't believe, I think things happen for a reason and we met for a reason. But I don't think if I had met you, I would have moved as far as I did.
Oh, wow.
So thank you.
And thank you too. Thank you too. No, because the thing is that, you were able to, you make it easy. Because, before then I have tried to work with so many people, but because for me, I'm really laser focused. Like, if I set my mind on something, I have a ton of vision on this stuff. Like, until you get this. So sometimes it's so easy, it's just so difficult for me to just like, not to realize that sometimes I might be doing too much. Because what I mean by that is that because a lot of people have said that, oh yeah, slow it down. It's just too much. You're too intense about it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, but the thing in life is, if you don't do it, somebody else is gonna do it.
Absolutely.
So when you have an idea, so many people also have that same idea.
Yep.
Who's gonna execute first?
Yep.
The idea becomes this person's vision. Especially in today's world where social media just make it so easy. If you have an idea, if you don't execute and somebody else does it, and you come back to do it, you're copying.
It's done.
It's not
Somebody
new
else done
anymore.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not new anymore.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, that's just a little monologue. So
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, that was good because the reason why I'm like, oh my god, because in this era of social media, you have to find the hook, you have to find the soundbite. It's so difficult for you to really, put out some real context.
Yeah.
The content,
Original. 'Cause,
original.
Yeah. Everything is so
What is trendy?
trending, overdone. 50 people doing the
Mhm.
same thing a million times. And I mean, it's like music, that song that I'm sure you hear
Over and over.
over and over and over again. It's done on love
So-
music. I mean, people that are in love, people who are cooking food. Everybody's using the trending sound in the
it's
hopes of going viral.
viral.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, and that was just like, oh, wow, this is what the podcast was meant for. Because we started doing this podcast like five years ago, even before TikTok came up.
Yeah, it was before TikTok.
It was way before that. And
Yeah.
in the reason was just because, okay, just to give our perspective in life and and things and like the way I used to put it, the reason why we did this podcast is just to see if we can slap some sense on people's head.
We got something to say.
All right, so today's topic is the best relationship advice.
The best relationship advice. Wow.
The best relationship advice, do you know what that is?
Listen to no one but you and your partner. You decide.
That is the best relationship advice.
You decide what's best for you. Because everybody else sees a million different things, and it's not always the honest opinion. It might be something just to
The views and the likes.
People like drama, right? So
Right.
they feed off drama, and sometimes people are not honest.
They dramatize it,
Yeah.
even when a lot of things that you see, it just, I didn't realize that until recently that a lot of stuff there is just, it's a skit.
Yeah.
They dramatize it just so that, because that's what people are drawn to, and that's the thing that, and a lot of people are easily influenced.
Yes.
People are influenced with these things when they watch it, and they try to compare their relationship to what they see on social media.
Yep, which is crazy because it's not always. So we know social media is a bunch of skits, right? Most of the stuff that you see is not real. Not saying that people can't be that way, or just say relationships, right? You see all these videos of guys and women flying off to all these exotic places, and is that realistic for most of the people? No. So you're gonna base your relationship based on a social media post saying that if your man is not doing this, he don't love you. Nah, that's not it.
Nope,
that's not it at all. It's like you determine what's good for your relationship. If it's you and him going to Chili's every Friday because that's where he is in life right now, okay.
But okay, so that talking about that. But that is also one of the no-go plays according to social media.
Man, that's BS. I'm not
social
trying to
media expats.
No, go where you like. Go where your money you can afford, right? What's realistic?
Okay.
Can he afford a 5-star restaurant? If it's like, what are your expectations? You can't go to McDonald's and expect to get a 5-star meal. You know where you are in life. You make do with what you have. Not that you can't be happy. You can live in a 2-bedroom and be completely happy versus living in a mansion and be completely unhappy.
According to social media relationship experts, that is not true.
What expert? Which one? Show me the qualifications, certifications, please.
But here's the thing. And this is what I see. Why we're talking about the best relationship advice is to listen to your own your own intuitions, what your belief. And one thing that I also realized on why we're saying that the best relationship advice is to listen to yourself. Now it's because because of a lot of people, sometimes when people say something on social media, sometimes I wonder, like, is this a content? Which I know 100% is a content, because everybody's finding, that's why we spend our time and talk about earlier on, finding the hook. What is going to be the hook? Just want to drop that so that when you drop it, it's likes and followers. And most of these people, like for instance, the one who came up and talking about if you're making 50,000, you should not date. Just sometimes it's just like, okay, a relationship now becoming a job.
I mean, it is in a sense, but is it based on finances only? But and that's a determination between two people. Like she's saying, don't date a person if they make $50,000. No, you won't date a person if they make $50,000.
Yeah.
So that's a personal
opinion.
That's her opinion.
But they're not putting it like, okay, for me, they're not referring it.
No, yeah.
Because it's just all about, you should not date if you make $50,000.
Yeah.
So when I look at this way, for me, that's not my. That's
so
not
if you're a woman and you have no job, you shouldn't date.
That should be the thing,
right?
You shouldn't, because for instance, if you're going to date somebody, are you expecting when you're dating? Because this is where the whole thing is messed up now. Because now they're promoting relationship now as a job.
Yep.
So it means that once you're in a relationship, you're fully employed, or they're promoting relationship as employment. Relationship is not an employment.
Right.
It means that you're still doing your own thing.
Yep.
You're not going to quit your job because you're going out with a guy.
Right. Well, most people won't. If you do,
I mean,
crazy.
people with sense is not going to do that.
Crazy.
Because you're doing your own thing.
Right.
If a guy, whatever a guy makes, is able to support you, should be able to support you, take you out. It's not going to completely, while you're still dating, just immediately, it should pay all your bills. Then if that's your intention, then you need to, somebody to slap some sense into your head.
Yeah. And that's just, people are just, I saw something on social media and they were talking about, the question was, if you were dating a guy who made, a significant amount of money, would you, in the relationship, become, a stay-at-home girlfriend or mom or whatever the situation was? And most of the people I saw on the post said no.
A stay-at-home girlfriend, is that a thing?
I guess.
Really?
Like, you don't work, and I guess you're just cleaning the house and preparing his meals, and most people were like, he would have to be my husband.
Right.
And then the second one was, if we had children together, I would consider it, but it wouldn't be long term.
Mm-hmm.
But then you had some people that was like, heck yeah, I stay home.
Here's the thing. I really don't know where people have getting this mindset from when it comes to 21st century relationship.
Yeah.
It's just the expectation is just so unrealistic.
Yeah, it's over the top. Everything, but think about it. Everything is
so
over the top.
Unrealistic.
Yep.
And comparing it this way, we've been doing this podcast for the past 5 years. Within that time span, the relationship wasn't like this.
Nah.
People were still having some sense, but I think what really messed up relationship is social media.
Yep.
TikTok came and just, the little soundbite just messed up everything.
Yeah, all the reels, all the, videos. It was another lady, as a matter of fact. Now, this was the reverse. Mm-hmm. Now, she posted, her post was on Valentine's Day. Mm-hmm. And we all know Valentine's Day, aka is for the woman. Whatever. So she posted her video, and her, I guess, I don't know, boyfriend, husband comes in, and he's in his UPS uniform, and he opens the door, and she has all these balloons hanging from the ceiling with $100 bills attached to it.
$100 bills.
Yeah. So she's prepared him this nice dinner and a bubble bath with rose petals and
People
just
say, "Girl, you crazy, you stupid."
Then she's like, "Oh, girls," to her. She's commenting and talking through the whole thing, and he's walking in, and she's like, "Well, men need love too." Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
But then she goes to say, "Well, it's about $2,300 hanging from the ceiling." She lost the men at that point. So they're like, "Well, it really wasn't about the money. I think it should have been more about just the thought that you actually did something." But then she went on. It was more so to her about the money that was hanging from the ceiling and the money that she put in the box. She kept mentioning the money.
Yeah, relationship is just... So what I get from social media relationship advice is one-sided relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It's as... some, it's about the man. Some, it's about the woman. Mm-hmm. No, that's not what a relationship is. It's not even 50-50. So don't even get messed up with, all this nonsense that is going around about relationship. Relationship is 100-100.
Yep.
It's really not about 50-50, because don't even expect that by the time somebody say hi to you, that person should even be, that person should buy you a house or that person should be paying a bill. No, relationship is, when you talk about real relationship, is two people coming together.
Right.
Two people coming together to form a life.
Right.
Life
happens. So what happens if something happens and he can't provide the same way that he used to 2 years ago, right?
That's where the woman, step in and, that's what the beauty of a relationship. Mm-hmm. That they're not promoting the social media relationship expert. They're not, because here's the thing. The thing is that one thing I realized that a lot of these experts, one, they're not married. They don't know what a relationship is. Mm-hmm. And most of these social media relationship experts don't date men.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just for views. Like they're going to say what they think the masses want to hear. Or they want to say something that's going to upset the masses to get a reaction.
That's
one
what
or
it
the
is,
other.
The content.
We're looking for a reaction. So, yeah, I get it, but I don't. And that's why I don't follow.
So it's just it's really really crazy, when you look at it, and it's just too much. People making series, people making content about men are doing this, women are doing this, mm-hmm. and there's a lot of things that we forget, and and what relationship is about.
Right.
It's partnership.
It's almost like now relationships are about competition.
And it's employment. Relationship now is employment.
It's employment and competition. Like, if you are not doing the most, you are not it. Across the board. For men, for women, it's like a battle. So how do you come together and have a relationship when everybody's at odds trying to outdo the next?
It's really messed up. But that's the reason why you allowed social media to influence your relationship. Mm-hmm. That's when you allowed all those little tiny voices, all those little microphones. Yeah. And like we talked about in the other show, it's not everybody with a microphone that has something to say. A lot of people just want to attract, like you said, the likes, the views. Mm-hmm. So, we have to start understanding real and authentic and genuine relationship and what is relationship? When you understand your intention, because a lot of people who go into a relationship, they go with a relationship with it's a very different intention,
right?
That's the ones who makes this relationship. Okay, if a man is not doing this, I'm not doing this,
right?
So if let's backtrack. What are you gonna be doing,
right?
So because a man is asking you out, so automatically should put you on a payroll.
Yeah. So the first date is like, okay, well, can you bring all your bills to the table?
Yeah,
let me see how much you cost.
If that's if you go out with somebody that says they should be running,
right,
you should run away.
Let me see, because that's crazy.
You should run away because that's how they lure you.
Exactly. That's a control thing, and all money ain't good money. You better believe it.
You can still do your thing. If you have your own job, you keep your job. Mm-hmm. Don't quit your job and don't come on now. What this thought about a stay-at-home girlfriend?
Yeah.
Is that even a thing? Make that make sense?
Cross country to
How is that a thing?
what?
A stay-at-home girlfriend. That's not a thing.
It is today. That was a real thing for her. She said stay at home girlfriend.
Because this person don't end up marrying you tomorrow.
Yeah. You
And
stay at home
you stay
girlfriend
home,
for 3 months and then he get rid of you.
You get rid of you and you don't have a job. And
Yep.
tomorrow when you go out there, man at this, man at that. But you don't forget that you're the one who put yourself in that situation.
Yep.
So that's it for today. I just want you to think. But before you play a video on social media to listen to, think about it again. Think about it.
Use your mind.
That's the best relationship advice.
Use your mind. That's what it's there for. Do not follow these trends and having all these expectations of just regular gender. That stuff is not 100%
It's so unrealistic.
real. It's unrealistic.
Don't let nobody tell you if you make this, you're not supposed to date. Date anybody you want to date.
Yep.
Date anybody, whatever they're making, as far as you can see a potential in somebody and it is love. Date anybody you want to date.
Tyler Perry wasn't always a millionaire. Neither was Oprah.
Right. And today. All right. Oh, yeah, I forgot something. There is always a quote that I used to say before. No. If you leave a man of vision to a man of television, one day you will watch that man of vision in your husband's television.
Wow.
That's it.
Amen.
That's my case.
That's true. Vision and purpose.
That's my best relationship advice. All right, guys. That's been our show, and be sure to tune in next week for another interesting episode. So if you have not liked or shared yet, or if you've not followed us on social media, please do so now. And guess what? Push the button. And if you're watching on YouTube, click. How do they say it? If you're watching on YouTube,
ring the bell. Is it still a bell? Is it a bell on YouTube?
Push the bell.
Subscribe.
There you go. That's how they say it. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe and click that bell so that you don't miss an episode. And if you're on TikTok, send us your thought and go back to that question again. What's your purpose in life? Send us tell us your purpose.
Yeah, we'd like to hear it.
Yeah, we'd like to hear it. So that's it from me. My name is Victor Silas.
And I'm your girl, Janine Latrice.